Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are on chapter 5, lesson 4. All right, so today we're going to be learning how to use the bar notion and to find a repeating pattern in a decimal. So as I scroll down, we are going to talk about what rational numbers are. So rational numbers can be written as fractions. So like our normal fractions where we have like 1/2 or a half, 2/3, etc. That is what rational numbers are. They're like everything in between an integer. All right. So let's scroll down. So we have example 1, which is on page 380. All right. We have write 5/12 as a decimal. All right. So there's two ways that you can do this. Okay. So first way is you can divide it out. All right. Which we're going to kick 5. Okay. This is going to sound bad. We're going to kick 5, put them in a box. All right. Put them in the house. And then we have 12. All right. So now we're going to divide like normal. So 12 goes into 5 0 times. Let's throw our decimal up on there. All right. And then add a 0. 12 goes into 54 times, which is 48. All right. And then you subtract, which is going to give us 2. 0, bring it down. All right. 12 goes into 21 time. All right. Which is going to give us 12. And then that's going to be 8. Add another 0. Okay, 80. 12 goes into 80 6 times. All right. And then that would be 72. Okay. And then that'd be 8 again. All right. So now, as you see, we are going to have a repeating decimal because we just keep putting 6 over and over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the bar notion. Okay. Which means that when we are writing this decimal, we are going to put 0.416 and then have the line above just the 6, okay? Because 6 is the only number that is repeating. We are not going to put it above all 3 because then that means that the pattern is going to be 0.416, 416, and so on. So that putting it like that would be considered wrong. That's wrong, okay? If you put 0.416 and then put it over the first 2 or the second 2, 16, that is also going to be considered wrong because otherwise the pattern would look like 416, 1616, which is not right. That is wrong. So when we put it just above the 6, that means that 6 is the only number that is going to be repeating. Now, I am going to let you use a calculator for some of these because I know some of these can be really difficult and sometimes they just seem like they go on forever. So I'm going to show you how to use them on a calculator. So to get 5/12 as a decimal on a calculator, you would do 5 divided by 12 and then enter, which then would give us this answer. You see the 7 at the end? That means that it just 6 just continues repeating. So what we're going to do, like I said with our first part of our example, is we're just going to put 0.416 and then put a repeating line above the 6, only the 6, okay? The 7 kind of is supposed to help stop it in the calculator. So don't write 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and then 7. That would be considered wrong. So 0.416, line above the 6. All right. Let's clear this. All right. We're scrolling down to number 2. So again, number 2, which is on page 381. All right. So it says write -2/9 as a decimal. So if I write -2/9, again, you can do kick 2 off the house, put them in the house, sorry, and then 9. All right. I already know I'm going to need a decimal. So I'm going to put 9 goes into 22 times, which is going to give us 18. And then that'll be 2 again, bring down another 0. Okay. And that already I can tell is going to keep repeating. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 0.2 with the line above it. All right. And since it is a negative, you need to put a negative in front of that. Otherwise, it will be considered wrong. All right. Again, if you wanted to do it in the calculator, you would do 2 divided by 9, which would give us 0.2222222. But please remember that you need to put just 0.212. All right. A line above the 2 and then a negative since this is a negative number. All right. we're scrolling down to example 3, which is also on page 381. Right, so it says write negative 2 and 2/3 as a decimal. All right, so what they would like us to do here is they would, in the book, they want us to make this into a mixed number. So to make it into a mixed number, we are going to take 3 times 2, which is going to give us 6, plus 2, which is going to give us 8. So that'd be negative 8/3. If you also would just like to, here, let me finish this and then I will explain the other one. Okay, so we have negative 8/3. Okay, if we divide these, all right, got 8 and then 3. 3 goes into 8 2 times, all right. That'd be 6. 2, bring down that. 3 goes into 26 times, which will give us 18. All right, 2, and that just is going to continue to keep repeating. So we would have negative 2.6 with 6 repeating. All right. The other way that you can do this is that you can put negative 2 off to the side, and then you can focus on 2/3. All right, so you can keep negative 2 off to the side, and then you can divide 2 divided by 3. Or if you look at your sheet that I gave you from chapter 2, you can also look at that, and that'll also tell you that it's going to be 0.66666. All right, so 2 divided by 3. 3 does not go into 2. Okay, if we divide, throw the 6 up there. Okay, again, this will just continue to keep repeating until forever. Right, so we would just add the 0.6 there and our little notion. All right, notion bar, which means that it's going to continue to keep repeating for the end of time. All right. Again, if you wanted to do this in a calculator, you would just have to do 8 divided by 3 if we have this number, our mixed number, which again would give us 0.2666666 forever. And then we got to put the negative on there. Or if you just wanted to do 2 divided by 3 and then put the negative 2 on the front, you can do that as well. All right. Last one, we have Frankie made 34 out of 44 free throws in his this season, round to the nearest 1,000th. What was his free throw average? So we can use a calculator. We are going to do, like I've been showing you guys, 34 divided by 44, all right, which is going to give us 0.772727, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but now here's the tricky part. So now we're going to put the bar notion in there, okay? So since we already have 0.772, all right, as you can see, 7 and 2 continue to keep repeating, not this first 7. So when you are putting the bar notion, you need to put it over the 7 and the 2 only, okay? You do not put it over this other 7 because that means that the pattern would be 0.772, 772, 772, 772, which that is not the case, okay? Remember, it is only going to be 0.7 and then 72 have the bar notion, and that is it, all right? Remember, when we are rounding to the nearest thousandths, it is the third place from the decimal, okay? Stop after 3 decimal places, right? That is it for lesson 4. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you'd like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and punch that notification bell to know when I am going to give you guys more videos to watch. Thank you and have a good day.